Hello and shalom, Messiah, Texas people. It's Friday, which means it's time for another 5-Minute Friday. This week's topic is Psalm chapter 85, so let's get into this. Now, Psalm 85 starts off with this: to the choir master, a psalm of the sons of Korah. Now, this is one of the 11 psalms that are credited to the sons of Korah. We went into detail about this back in Psalm chapter 44, but the summarization of that is that, as we see from Numbers chapter 26, verses 9 through 11, the sons of Korah did not die when Korah was swallowed up by the ground, as recorded in the attempted rebellion that we see in Numbers chapter 16. These sons of Korah were then appointed to lead the choir, the chorus within the temple in the worship of Adonai. And their story is truly one of a redeeming victory from the midst of tragedy. So when we read Psalms 42, Psalms 44 through 49, Psalms 84 and 85, as well as 87 and 88, we should have within our minds the significance of the testimony and the heritage of the sons of Korah. Picking back up in verse 1, we read this. Verses 1 through 7 say, Adonai, you were favorable to your land. You restored the fortunes of Yaakov. You forgave the iniquity of your people. You covered all their sin. Selah. You withdrew all your wrath. You turned from your hot anger. Restore us again, Elohim, of our salvation, and put away your indignation toward us. Will you be angry with us forever? Will you prolong your anger to all generations? Will you not revive us again, that your people may rejoice in you? Show us your steadfast love, Adonai, and grant us your salvation. Now, this psalm begins in verses 1 through 3 with a grateful reflection on Adonai's past mercies, his restoration, his forgiveness, and his favor. And sometimes the best way to find hope in the present is to remember how Adonai has shown up in the past. Reflecting on his faithfulness, it fuels our faith. Then there's this cry for revival that we see in verses 4 through 7, where there's an intense desire for spiritual renewal that's communicated. And true revival, it doesn't start with programs or politics or performance. It starts with prayer. And verses 4 through 7 shows us that a revival begins with humility and hunger for Elohim and his ways. And then verses 8 through 9 say, let me hear what El Adonai will speak, for he will speak peace to his people, to his saints. But let them not turn back to folly. Surely his salvation is near to those who fear him, that glory may dwell in our land. After the plea for revival in verses 4 through 7 comes the posture of listening in verses 8 and 9. There's a waiting with expectation here, trusting that Adonai will respond with peace. But there's a condition to this. If we want revival, we cannot turn back to folly. Peace follows obedience. If we want to hear Adonai's voice, we need to learn to slow down, repent of our distractions, and tune our hearts to his word. Verses 10 through 13 then close out this psalm with this: steadfast love and faithfulness meet. Righteousness and peace kiss each other. Faithfulness springs up from the ground, and righteousness looks down from the sky. Yes, Adonai will give what is good, and our land will yield its increase. Righteousness will go before him and make his footsteps a way. Now, this poetic conclusion paints a picture of divine harmony, love, truth, and righteousness and peace, all flowing from Adonai, which results in our bearing fruit on the earth. This psalm is rich with messianic hope. In Messiah, these qualities meet perfectly. At the cross, righteousness and peace embraced. This isn't just a dream of what Adonai might do. It's a promise of what he will do. Through Yeshua, Adonai brings peace and blessing not just to nations, but to hearts and to each individual. Yeshua is the fulfillment of this psalm. In him, we find revival, peace, and righteousness. He is the one who speaks to his people and leads us in the way of salvation. Adonai revived his people in the past. He will do it again in the future. He's doing it even right now. May his spirit stir up our hearts to seek him above all else. May his love, truth, righteousness, and peace overflow in our lives. And may he use us as his vessels to bring that hope to others. And that concludes our look at Psalm 85. Thank you for joining us for our 5-Minute Friday, and may the blessings and shalom of Messiah be yours. Shalom.